homes, and I'm not talking twice as much, I'm not talking 50% more, not huge like that, but there's some additional amount of homes to try to get the economics to balance out on the other side. Is that concept something you'd be willing to entertain? Because if the short answer is no, then it really ends up looking a lot more attractive on my end to just work with your current zoning.
I think at this point, it's, go ahead.
Go ahead, Tracy.
Tracy.
I was just gonna say, last month we had discussed having that, a concept submitted as a sketch plan for the planning commission to take a look at, so that you guys actually had something from the planning commission and a concept to guide your response to these questions. I would just also say regarding the sewage, Jackie explained to me that DEP was not supportive of a sewage plant going into Kyoto because of the lack of flow there. So Jackie was suggesting that really we probably need to meet with DEP to see if that's even an option, because she doesn't know that it would be with DEP.
I think Rick spelled basically said we have different words, same thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think at this point, we're still waiting for more information.
But with regards to Kyoto, I think Tracy brings up a good point, which is, you know, Tim was saying, hey, we're not talking twice as much, we're not talking 50%, we are talking more. But we're really, there's nothing on paper. So to me, it would make sense to come up with some type of a sketch plan showing exactly what you're talking about. Because if we're talking about one additional unit, okay, sure, that's real attractive to the township. If we're talking 49% additional, then that's not. So it would make sense, you have a sketch that you already have by right, if you will. And then if you were to put something together, not with great details, you're confident you can get stormwater to work, but you see what that layout looks like so that the township kind of can make an educated or informed evaluation, that would seem to, you know, be logical.
Okay. Will you have any questions?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you. Okay, thank you, Norm. All right.
Yeah, I'm on contact issues, or eyelash issue, or both. Just because I'm a pirate.
What's that? I mean, any other comments, public comments, anybody else?
I got a
anything else to
question.
throw in? Go ahead.
So when we were talking under Frederick's sewage now, it's just under, it says like sewer plant. But in the discussion this time, I noticed that it says municipal sewer plant. Is that for anything other than what Frederick's trying to put forth right now?
Am I missing something?
Frederick Living.
Frederick's
No,
not
this
putting,
is not Frederick.
this is not Frederick at all.
I'm sorry, for Mr. Henderson. Whenever, I'm using them as an example. When I look at them through our agenda minutes, this year again, I'm just gonna reference March. When we talk about, it says Perkiomen Crossing sewer plant, or even back in January here, there was something written here where Miss Talon had a discussion with Mr. Hendrickson, CEO of Frederick Living, concerning their sewer plant, that you guys all call it a sewer plant.
Mr. Hendricks isn't part of Frederick Living.
Okay, no, that's okay.
I mean, Frederick Living has their own plant.
Yeah.
Right, I understand it, but what I'm trying to differentiate is how we talk about their sewage, we talk about their sewer plant. When we talk about some other things, we're talking about municipal sewer here. Is that just for,
Is there, I'm sorry, is there?
this is in January, I just noticed that in January, reading over the meeting minutes.
If I can respond to that.
Okay, please.
Basically, like Frederick Living, they have their own plant, they own it, they're
Sure.
permitted for it, they're responsible for it.
Okay.
The plants at Perk Crossing, Ivy Ridge, and if the new developments are completed, they have to be municipally owned and permitted in the end. The DEP will not let a homeowners association or a private entity be permitted.
Control those.
Right, so
Okay.
that's a municipal plant versus calling it a wastewater treatment plant, it's all the same thing.
Okay, and it's only for that projected development that we're discussing
Mhm.
at that time? It's not like to feed the community or anything like that, it's just for that development in general there? That was all, I just.
Well, and with
Concerned with that, I was
with Mr. Hendricks, he approached us about possibly merging in with Frederick Living's
Right.
sewer plant. And
Right.
increasing the size of it,
But
and
they
Frederick
said no.
Living had
And that might
No
be what
des-
I was reading.
No
in January.
desires, I think that's what you're asking.
And that might be what I read in January, because that's who it was in reference to.
Yeah.
And then when I saw the municipal, I go, wait
Yeah,
a second, what is
yeah,
the
yeah.
municipal?
Frederick Living had no interest in an outside party.
I didn't, I wouldn't suspect it,
So,
but
yeah.
yeah, that was just my question on that.
Good question.
Part of the confusion could be there were a whole bunch of scenarios talked about, and then try to put that down in writing. It can get a bit confusing.
Sure.
There's a bunch of different scenarios and nothing kind of really firmed up.
Sure, no, I so appreciate it.
Anybody else?
Are we gonna record the meeting minutes? Is that what we're doing? Yeah.
No, that is Mark's recording.
Hey, Mark.
So Mark had, as you heard, questions about some processes, so you decided to record it for yourself, right?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? Sounds like we're good. Okay. Do we need an executive session
Yes.
for the general category?
Yes,
Personnel?
why?
Personnel and
Potential
litigation.
Okay.
We had this.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to make a motion to adjourn the regular meeting and move to executive session to discuss personnel matters and potential litigation. Do I have a second?
I say.
All in favor? Aye.
807. Tracy, are you saying?